Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Courtney Jane Solo, and this is Game Show News. I am so happy you can come and join me today. Welcome to the second episode of Game Show News. Here, on Game Show News, I will be bringing you some news about what went on game shows, past or present, for all of you game show fans out there. Some of the game show news I will present to you guys will have some of the most exciting wins. But there will also be some news that I will present will have either disappointing or heartbreaking losses. And then once in a while, I will give potential updates on where the hosts and or contestants are now. And when I present game show news, I will only be telling you about what went on game shows. Because of copyright notices, I will not be showing any video clips of game shows without YouTube's approval. And if YouTube finds a game show clip in which it may infringe on copyright, then the video will be taken down, and there will be a copyright strike. And as many of you know, 3 copyright strikes will result in a channel termination. So, I am going to be avoiding this problem. Alright everybody, here we go with the second episode of Game Show News. Enjoy! The first game show news headline that I would like to talk about is that Press Your Luck is filming a new documentary. The name of the documentary, of course, is called Press Your Luck. This new Press Your Luck film will star Paul Walter as Michael Larson. The documentary will talk about the life of unemployed ice cream truck driver from Lebanon, Ohio, Michael Larson, who went on Press Your Luck back in 1984 and won $110,237 by memorizing the show's spring patterns on the big board. And back in 2000, they were going to do a documentary on Michael Larson, starring Bill Murray, who was going to portray Larson, and Nicolas Cage was going to be the producer, but it was never produced. I hope that the new Press Your Luck film does well. Alright, here is our next game show news headline. The next game show news headline that I would like to talk to you guys about is You Bet Your Life, hosted by former Tonight Show host Jay Leno. Corresponding host is former band leader and guitar player Kevin Eubanks. You Bet Your Life was a revamped version based on the 1947 show, originally as a radio game show hosted by Groucho Marx. Jay Leno, featuring Kevin Eubanks, hosted this comedy-based game show revival from September 13, 2021 until May 26, 2023. In early 2023, it was announced that the comedy-based game show was going to be in its third year for the 2023-2024 season. Jay Leno appeared on Good Morning San Diego to talk about what was to come for a planned third season. However, the planned third season was suspended due to the Writers Guild of America strike that ran from May 2nd until September 27, 2023. Jay Leno refused to cross the picket line in solidarity. Because of the strike that went on last year, the show was cancelled. The show was replaced with a new game show called Person, Place or Thing. Person, Place or Thing is a game show based on the parlor game 20 Questions. 3 contestants compete with one another, and the goal is for one of them to have the most points at the end, and to go on to the bonus round, where he or she will have the chance to win $5,000. The show began on September 11th, 2023. It is hosted by actress Melissa Peterman, better known as Barbara Jean Hart, on the television sitcom Reba. Alright, here is our next game show news headline. The next game show news headline that I want to talk to you guys about is on Wheel of Fortune. On May the 24th, 2024, 2 weeks before Pat Sagejack's last episode aired, Wheel of Fortune celebrated its 8,000th episode in syndication. During the week of big money, from May the 20th through May the 24th, for the first 3 rounds, they had a progressive jackpot. Sponsored by BetMGM. The jackpot began at $8,000, and when the contestants spin the wheel, whatever dollar amount they land on, then that dollar amount will be added to the progressive jackpot. They also had something called the double jackpot wedge, and what that is. If a contestant lands on the double jackpot wedge, and they call a consonant that is in the puzzle, then they will get to pick up the double jackpot wedge. And if they are the winner at the end of the game, and they still have the double jackpot wedge without getting a bankrupt, then they will take the double jackpot wedge to the bonus round. And whatever the jackpot is from the first 3 rounds will be doubled. And if the contestant solves the bonus round puzzle either with or without the double jackpot wedge, not only will they win what's in the envelope, they will also win the entire jackpot, or else double the jackpot on a double jackpot wedge. Also, for the 3rd round, during the prize puzzle and express round, instead of the usual $3,500 space for the round, which would be the same for round 2, they put in the $5,000 space on the wheel. The $5,000 space would normally come during round 4 and up until the end of the game, before the bonus round. But for the week of May the 20th, instead of the usual $5,000 space during round 4 and up. And do you guys have any idea on what wedge they put on the wheel? If you guessed the $8,000 wedge, you would be right. They put in the $8,000 wedge on the wheel during round 4 and above on this special big money week. And I have some good news and some bad news about the $8,000 wedge. And it was during the 8,000th episode. The contestants were Sarah, Michael, and Lillian. The puzzle the players were playing during round 4 was a thing. The good news is the $8,000 wedge was landed on one time by Sarah. And after she landed on the $8,000 wedge, the letter that Sarah called was a T. But the bad news is, after she called T, Pat told Sarah there is no T in the puzzle, and the crowd responded with a groan. And, to be honest, I was rooting for Sarah to bank $8,000 for every time T pops up in the puzzle. And now, skipping ahead, the answer to the puzzle was my lucky number, solved by Lillian. At the end of the game, before the bonus round, Lillian finished in 2nd place and won $16,100 in cash. Sarah finished in 3rd place and won $3,000 in cash. And Sarah, I would just like to say, I'm sorry that you did not score $8,000 for a T that was not in the puzzle. But I hope that you've enjoyed your time on Wheel of Fortune. Enjoy your $3,000. And Lillian, you did a great job too. Enjoy your $16,100. And Michael won the game with $21,910 in cash and prizes and took the double jackpot wedge to the bonus round. The jackpot was set to $21,250, but with the double jackpot wedge, he had a chance to win $42,500 if he solves the bonus round puzzle. For the bonus round, he chose phrase and successfully solved the bonus round puzzle which was jockey for position. Not only did he win $42,500 in cash in the bonus round, he also won a brand new car. It was an Infiniti QX50. The cash and prizes that he won in the episode were a trip to Courtney, valued at $8,710, an Infiniti QX50, valued at $46,750, and $55,700 in cash, for a grand total of $111,160. And here is what I liked about Michael. Whenever he wins, or does well, he would chant, "Let's go," a bunch of times, out loud. Michael, congratulations on winning $110,160. Enjoy your new car, your trip to Courtney, and your $55,700 in cash. And at the end of the 8,000th episode, they presented a wheel-styled cake with the number 8,000 and stars all over, a puzzle board, an $8,000 wedge, colored in pink, and the Wheel of Fortune logo. Also, Pat and Vanna hold up glasses of champagne. Alright, here is our next game show news headline. The next game show news headline that I want to talk to you about is The Weakest Link, aired on Memorial Day, May the 27th, 2024. And in honor of Memorial Day, they had a special episode where 8 veterans, military personnel, compete for the chance to win up to $1 million, but 7 of them will leave empty-handed. And as round by round, they eliminate the player voted off as the weakest link. The contestants were Andrew. He served 5 years in the United States Army as a photojournalist. Second was Stephen. He served 10 years in the United States Air Force as a meteorologist. Third was Maria. She served more than 20 years in the United States Navy as an HR officer. Fourth was Kari. She served in the Marines as a cryptolinguist. Fifth was Diana. She served 7 years in the United States Air Force. Sixth was Joe. He served in the Marine Corps as a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear defense specialist. Seventh was Aspen. She served in the United States Navy as a weapons specialist. And lastly, the 8th contestant introduced was Chris. He served 5 years in the Marine Corps as a combat videographer. Now, before I present the headline, I want to take a minute to thank each and every one of you for the service you have provided in the military. Thank you for the tireless work you have helped to help keep our country safe, as well as all of the veterans who are watching right now. Bless your hearts. Alright, here is the headline on The Weakest Link. In the first round, the team did something that does not usually happen very often, and that is run the chain. That's right. The team was able to run the entire chain by answering 8 questions correctly in a row and banked the top prize for the first round of $25,000. You know, to be honest, when the team was answering those questions during round 1, I was afraid they were going to blow it by answering 1 question wrong and then breaking the chain and losing whatever money was showing that they were playing for. Well done, team. Congratulations on banking the top prize for the first round. Unfortunately, in the second round, and I know that some of you are going to be disappointed in what I have to say, the team was playing for up to $50,000 in round 2, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. And at the end of round 2, the team has banked $0. I know. 1 minute they banked 25 grand, and the next minute, they banked nothing. Afterwards, host Jane Lynch told the contestants that they went from heroes to zeros, just for this round. But, for the next 4 rounds, the team was able to bank an additional $48,500, out of a possible $925,000. For round 3, the team banked $6,000 out of $75,000. In round 4, the team banked $7,500 out of $100,000. In round 5, the team banked $20,000 out of $250,000. And in the 6th round, before the final round, the team banked $15,000 out of $500,000, bringing the final bank total to $73,500. In the final round, Kari and Joe competed against each other for the chance to win $73,500. Each player was given 5 questions, and whoever answered the most questions would win. And Joe ended up being the winner by answering 3 out of 5 questions correctly, while Kari answered 2 questions correctly out of 5. You know, here is what Joe did after he won the money. Backstage, he ripped his black sweater that said Marines in red lettering, and showing that he wore a black tank top shirt inside, he yells the words, quote, "I just won $73,500. Yeah, baby. Ha!" In quote. And then flexes his arms. Joe, thank you for your service in the United States Marine Corps, and congratulations on winning $73,500. And Kari, you did a good job too. Thank you for your service in the Marine Corps as well. Okay, here we go with the next game show news headline. Now, this next headline I'm about to present to you is way in the past. We're going back to the year of 1988. And I am excited about this because I watched this video on YouTube just recently. As of the making of this episode, the game show is Classic Concentration, hosted by Alex Trebek. And I would just like to give a happy heavenly birthday, as of the airing, to the late Alex Trebek, who would have been 84 years old. And now, this game show news headline from December the 14th, 1988, on Classic Concentration, a contestant named Allison was automatically given one of 8 vehicles on stage after some technical difficulties during the bonus game. For the bonus game, Allison had a chance to win either the Mazda 323 SE, a Ford Taurus, the Jeep Comanche truck, an Oldsmobile Cutlass Cowley, the Buick Skyhawk, the Daihatsu Charade, the Hyundai Excel GL, or else the Honda Civic. Allison was presented a board with 15 numbers, and of the 15 numbers, there were 7 pairs and 1 odd car that will not match. What she had to do was match 7 pairs in the allotted time, with the base time starting at 35 seconds, and adding 5 seconds to the clock whenever a bonus round is not won. And in the past 2 episodes, the bonus round was not won. So, Allison had 45 seconds in order for her to win. And by doing that, she has to match the 7th paired car correctly. Allison started off the bonus round by calling numbers 1 and 2. Number 1 was the Calais, and 2 was the Charade. No match. The next numbers Allison called were 4 and 5. 4 was the Taurus, and 5 was the Civic. No match. The next numbers Allison called were 7 and 8. 7 was the Comanche, and 8 was the Skyhawk. No match. The next numbers she called were 10 and 11. 10 was the 323 SE, and 11 was the Cowley. No match. Then Allison called 1 and 11, which was the Oldsmobile Cowley. She made a match. Then, the next numbers she called were 13 and 5. Both squares had the Honda Civic. So that's 2 matches so far. The next numbers she called were 14 and 3. 14 was the Excel GL, and 3 was the 323 SE. She did not make a match, but was mistakenly credited for an improper match. The mistake happened at 28 seconds remaining on the clock. So, the staff at NBC stopped the clock, and Alex Trebek gave Allison an option. Allison could be given 5 extra seconds for the mistake the staff had made and continue to make matches, or start a whole new bonus round with 45 seconds. Allison decided to take the additional 5 seconds. So now, the clock was set to 33 seconds. And then as soon as Allison called the next numbers, the clock would begin. The next numbers were 3 and 10, both of which were the Mazda 323 SE. That was her third match. But, after she made the match, the clock on the screen does not move, and the staff were unaware of this. But Allison continued to play on and called numbers 6 and 8. 6 was the Taurus, and 8 was the Skyhawk. No match. The next numbers she called were 9 and 2. Both numbers had the Daihatsu Charade. That was her fourth match. Then, the next numbers she called were 12 and 7. 12 was the Excel GL, and 7 was the Comanche. No match. But she was able to make 2 more matches by matching the Ford Taurus in 4 and 6, and the Hyundai Excel GL in 12 and 14. But the bonus round had come to an end, and the staff found out the clock was stuck at 33 seconds. So, what Alex Trebek and the staff did, instead of giving Allison a chance to match the last remaining automobile, which was the Jeep Comanche in numbers 7 and 15, they gave Allison a new Jeep Comanche. So, I would like to say, Allison, wherever you are, congratulations on winning your Jeep Comanche back in 1988. And the price of the Jeep Comanche truck back in 1988 was worth over $9,100. And afterwards, she took home $27,899 worth of prizes on classic concentration. Well done. I have time for one more game show news headline. The last game show news headline that I have for this week is that on May the 23rd, 2024, at the start of Jeopardy, announcer Johnny Gilbert, producer Sarah Whitcomb-Foss, the audience, and the staff at Sony Pictures in Culver City, California, celebrated Ken Jennings' 50th birthday. That's right. At the beginning of Jeopardy, when Ken came out, he saw the Jeopardy board with a message saying, "Happy 50th birthday, Ken," with a bunch of his faces all over. Then, he looked at the audience and seen that they had photos of Ken on popsicle sticks. Also, staff members were holding up a sign that read, "Happy 50th birthday." There was also a photo of Ken riding on the camera as it was moving. And then, Sarah Whitcomb-Foss brought out a cake with the number 50 on top and a round of chocolate chip cookies, and everybody got to sing "Happy Birthday" to Ken. Afterwards, Ken blew out the candles and said he prefers cookies over cake. Also, he said, "This is cookies all the way down." And he thanked everybody for the birthday wishes and the cake and cookies. Ken, I hope you had a great 50th birthday. Happy belated birthday. Okay, everybody. That is going to wrap up game show news for this week. Please tune in next week, where I am going to be bringing you guys more game show news headlines in stores, past or present. Alright. Thank you all for tuning in this week. I will see you guys next week for episode 3. You all have a great Monday now. Bye bye. Hi everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to Game Show News on the Plotagon 9133 channel. If you liked today's episode of Game Show News, please give this video a thumbs up. And then if you really like Game Show News or any other video on this channel, please subscribe for more content. Okay everybody. You all have a great day. Thanks for watching.